First thing you're bound to notice is that we have a virtual classroom to lead it off. There are so many things you need to know here. For one, your students do not need to go into present mode in order to use these files. These screens are links, and so if you teach them to hover over them and then control-click, they can use the links right here. There are also little check marks that they can drag over to this list to keep track of which stations they've completed. And then we've left space here in the middle, or possibly off to the side, where you can add your own Bitmoji, and we've left some space for you to do some decorating. So if you want to add some of your own flourishes or embellishments and make this your own, you are welcome to. If we go to the Watch It station, you'll see that here's the link. They can control-click on that to go straight to it. There are also sections for the answers right here. The students do not need a separate answer sheet or a Google form to do this. They just stay in edit mode and work their way through the slides. There are suggestions to save their work, and there's links to go back to the main lab room. If we go to the Read It section, you can see it's broken up into 2 pages, so it's easy to read. They have places to put notes, and they can scribble drawings about the vocabulary as they go through. If we go down to the Explore It station, the Explore It station no longer requires separate materials for the most part. When we updated these, we considered that students might be at home or they might be at their desks on one-to-one devices and not able to share materials. So the only materials we've included are very, very basic items like sheets of paper or writing materials that are normal school supplies. If I scroll down to the Organize It station, these are drag and drop activities. You just have to teach your students to hover over the droppable item until they get that multi-directional arrow, and then they can drag it wherever it needs to go. And I am not paying attention to where this goes right now, so the answer might be completely wrong. They fill these in, and when they save it, you can just scroll down by it and see if they've completed it. If they go down to the Illustrate It, we've kept that station for them because so many students do enjoy the drawing. They can either draw on their own paper and then snap a picture of that and insert it into the file, or they can use an app to draw something digital and insert it into the file. And we've given them directions for that on the next slide to kind of give them a guideline of how to do that. The remaining slides are basically the same as the originals. There are no answer keys, obviously. I'll just remind you that when you get to the challenge station, especially, these are PowerPoint files, so you can go in and delete these slides. If you think that having 4 of them is too many for your students, you can choose how many of them to offer. Now, let's do the modified version. Okay, so the first thing that you'll see here is that the opening is very different. We heard feedback from teachers who were very concerned about virtual classrooms being far too cluttered for their students. The visual noise was too high a level. So we pared that way down. We gave them some fairly large buttons to click. Remind them just to hover and control click and they'll be able to go there. Or they can always just work straight through the slides on the left. We gave them very large stickers that they can drag over and place, and they match the shape so that they can keep track of which ones they need to work on as they're going through it. If we go to the Watch It, again, the URL is here, and there are spaces for their answers along the side. The Read It is the modified version, already simplified for them. And when we get to something like Explore It, some things we've done are add some sentence stems in there so that they have a little help. If we go down to the Organize It section, we've filled in some of the options already to reduce their number of choices and give them an idea of what it's supposed to look like. And when they're down here in the Assess It, we've given them a word bank so that they can look right here to see what words their options are. So those are the options for the modified versions. Now let me show you how to take one of these PowerPoints and upload it to Google Slides if that's something you need to do. So I'm going to go over to my Drive, and some of you may